Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the ice bin in your refrigerator. It's a really easy job. Let me show you how we do it. Now to do this repair, we need to open up the freezer door. We're going to remove that complete assembly. And we'll dump any ice that may be in it. Simply lift up on it, pull it forward. We'll remove that completely from the refrigerator. And then we'll reach in, turn off that ice maker. We'll close up the freezer door, and then we'll take this assembly, we'll set it on a suitable work surface where we can change out that part. Now that we have that ice bucket on a suitable work surface, our next step will be to remove this front shroud. I suggest that you remove the door first. Simply take a flat blade screwdriver and just go into either the left or right hand side and just gently lift up on that hinge tab while pushing inward on the door. Pull it away from the other side, and then we'll just set that aside for now. Now to remove that front shroud, next turn the assembly upside down, and we're just going to lift up on these two tabs on the bottom and pull it away from the ice bin itself. Once you've lifted those off, just pull that towards the front. Once you've cleared the bottom of that chute, you can lift that cover right off and set that aside. Our next step will be to remove the auger and crusher blades. To do that, we're going to remove these two screws right in the very bottom. These are normally a 1/4 inch hex head screw. Now once we've removed both of those screws, I'm just going to invert that again. And then we're going to lift it off of the front of that bin. And at the same time, we'll pull that auger away from the rear bearing and set that assembly aside. You can then discard the old bin. Now to reassemble, we need to line up that rear bearing with the opening in the back of the bin. And then that curled front edge will clip onto the lip at the very front of that bin. Just adjust that so that the two tabs pop through those rectangular openings. We'll then flip that upside down. And we'll reinstall those two retaining screws. Tighten both of those securely. Now we're ready to put the front cover back on. Now when installing that front cover, we want to ensure that this lip, the bottom of the door opening, tucks down in this area here. Once we line that up, just keep a little pressure on that. Force the bottom of it over that opening. Then we'll just pull that in nice and tight so that those two clips grab the bottom edge of it. Then we're ready to reinstall the door. So we'll slide that through the front opening. Insert one of the hinge pins into the round opening on the opposite side. Just lay it in that track and pull it forward gently until it locks in place. And now we're ready to put that assembly back in the refrigerator. Now when reinstalling the ice bucket, we want to make sure that we line up that rear bearing with the auger drive at the back of the freezer. That will ensure that the ice bucket will go back in all the way. So we'll line it up on the track. Remember to turn the ice maker back on. And make sure that that drops down into place and is locked securely. We can close the freezer up. And your repair is complete.